Okay, so I'm still laughing about that joke. D minor plus 7 is like a Dino with a six pack. All right, so now Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, and Dean Martin. The Rat Pack. Okay, we grew up with them, and there was a rumor that my first mother-in-law actually went out with Dino once, before he became famous. Okay, so um, and that's the half diminished. So if we're gonna just play the half diminished triad, okay, and if we drop the doubled root, the octave root to its seventh, which is the sixth of the root Ionian, we have our Locrian drop that B to an A, we have essentially a Dorian major minor seventh, okay, and that we can play. So it's 2, 4, 6 root. All right, so the D minor shaped, there is right, should be right here. I'm a little out of tune here. I'll tune up when I get a chance, but I did tune fairly well this morning. If we add that seventh, I don't know how I'm going to do that, because I wasn't raised a guitar player, but if we add that seventh, okay, there's our 7-2-4 right there. And those half diminished with the two minor intervals, they form this arrow. It's kind of arrowhead, so it's 4, 2, 7, and then 4, 2, 4 there, 2, 7. Okay, 4, 2, 7, 4, 2, 7, 4. It's like an arrowhead, big long chord, and it has the augmented fourth. As you know, in guitar, when you're going up from, let's say from the B, when you're going up a fourth, the fourth of B is E, but you're going to an augmented fourth. So it actually goes that way. Yeah, and that's not at the tuning warp. So if you're doing that interval between the G string and the B string, okay, where you have a B here, now you're going to go way up here. It looks like a mirror image of a minor third on the usual P4 part of the fretboard. P4 part of the fretboard being the first 4 strings from the bottom, and then the top 2 strings. And the P3 interval of the fretboard is between the G string and the B string. Okay, so that's why we have to take the patterns that are easy to remember and just put them through that GB third, which means you have to move them up. So if you're doing something that's already an augmented fourth, it appears to be like an inverted minor third, So anyway, for the long pattern on the C now, we're going to just play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, but now we're going to branch out when we get to 5, 6 and go to 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This all looks fairly arbitrary because of these open strings that we're going to be not playing, okay? And it's almost an extrapolation. It's almost it's like we're going to do it for the heck of it, but it's going to be critical when we get to the other some of the other shapes. So it's a good thing to look at the 3 ways to play a diatonic scale within a cage box. One way is the short way. Okay, then there's the long way, which is the short way until we get up to the A string, the A note rather. Actually, it's the G note. It's the A string shape. Until we get to the A string shape here, which is 5/6 G A. I always confuse the string shapes. Remember what the string shapes are. The C string shape's 3 4 5. The G string shape is 6 7 root. The D string shape is 2 3 4. The A string shape short is 5 6, and the A string shape long is 5 6 7. Okay, and then the E string shape is 7 root 2, but the E long string shape is root 2 3, and that's the root E long string shape. Here's the 5A long string shape, 5 6 7 is what I usually call it, and the 4C long string shape. The short string shape's usually 3 4 or 5, as we started with to define the C box, but the long 4C string shape is 4 5 6. Why is it important to have that 4 5 6? Because that is our Lydian. That's our Lydian fourth, and the root 2 3 is our Ionian mode, and then the 5A extra long string shape is the Mixolydian. Okay, so the other ones are short string shapes. We have the Phrygian, which is 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3. We have the Aeolian, 6 7 root 2 3 4 5 6, and we have the Dorian, 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2. Okay, and then we have, of course, the Locrian, all right, which is 7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7. So the C long will be it looks like a C short until we get to that A string shape there, 5 6. So we got 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3 4 5 6. That's the C long box. Now there's a third way to play it with the cutout. We don't want to waste too much time, but obviously instead of this 7 on the 5 6 7, we can cut out at the G string. And remember, the magic number for the cutout is the outer note of the bottom string shape. So 5 is going to be the magic number for the cutout. The 6 is just there to box it off. Remember, when you're sending a TV to somebody that has an antenna, the box is going to be the size of the antenna. And that's all that antenna space is just extra space. So there, it's as big as it has to be, the box. So this is just included in it, this root 5 2 6, but it's not really played in the box. It's just included if we're going to box it off. Okay, so that's the funny thing about long patterns, that we have that going on. Where with the short patterns, if you notice, with this box, if we box out the short pattern here, notice the only unplayed notes are accidentals, and I just put the string shape labels on those accidentals. If you look at the key of G flat, you have G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, and E flat, F, and G flat. But if you look at its pentatonic, it's just 1 2 3 5 6. That's all your accidentals there. So the key of G flat is the pentatonic. G flat pentatonic is all your black keys if you just want to play it in G flat. So if I put the capo here and play like in G flat here, that's what you could do, that if you wanted to play in the key of G flat. Okay, so what is that significance of that? Here's your flats that have and I happen to put the string shape labels on them for the string shapes because they're mobile. They're